Welcome back to the podcast. Today we've got Linda Cain from Blue Diamond Events, and she's going to teach us how to create small events that create big profits. We're talking 25K, 50K paydays, and how to do working retreats, a marriage between a working retreat and an event to have big profits. So welcome to the show, Linda.
Hey, Amanda, thanks for having me. It's great to be here as always.
Yay. All right. So let's just tell us, how can we have a small event and then have big profit? We're talking small, 10 people, 12 people, and still have a 50K payday.
Right. So, what we're seeing right now in the industry is that it's getting harder and harder to fill rooms,
Yeah.
and it's taking more work for people to do that. And it's not that it's impossible, and it is happening. You just have to be a little bit more aware of who your audience is and how you're tapping into the audience. And just really, I mean, you've experienced it, I've experienced it. It's, being stronger in our organic outreach and just really connecting with people that we know are ideal clients. And so filling a room is not, you're used to be over the last couple of years, you could pretty much, if you had 150 people registered, you probably would have a good 100 people that would attend.
Are you
Now
talking virtual?
we're talking virtual. So now we're starting to see about 60% of that audience coming. So if you want 100 people in your room, you almost have to have 160 register because you're going to have some fallout in there. We're also starting to see this in the
Really quick,
physical.
are you saying that is for a free event or a paid event? If you have
These are paid,
160,
these are paid events. People are
even
paying
paid is low,
97 to
show.
$197, and we're still starting to see this, like 60%, 70% show up rate in the virtual space.
Okay.
So there's so many things that are going on, and people are having so many options that you have to really make your event stand out, whether it's virtual or in person. And we've started to see similar in person in that people have signed, if it's a low ticket, if it's a 97 or 197 type ticket, we've started to see that people will sign up, they'll pay that because they get the recording, there's always that recording benefit or whatever. And so what happens is they'll pay it, but then they don't book their flight, they don't book their hotel, because when it really comes down to it, they're like, I don't, I'll just wait for the recording. I can't make it, kids, whatever. And
Mhm.
so the way that people are making decisions, they're being much more, what is it in it for me? What am I really gonna get if I do this?
Real.
And yeah, okay, I gave him 97 bucks. I've got the recording. I may or may never look at them, but I'll have them.
Right.
But if I'm going to really go and be in person and do something, I really want to be able to have it move me, move my business, do something for me, right? Or be an
Mhm.
audience that I need to be around. And in the
Right.
virtual space, we're starting to see a little bit of that, not as much, but we're also seeing that people will have two or three events going, and they're watching, two or three, because they're all happening in the same weekend virtually.
Yeah.
So just thinking in terms of ways to be more present with people. And so last year we started really working with our clients on this, what we call we call it a sweet retreat, but it's a working retreat. So you take the fun and some of the experience of going on a retreat and either going to a destination or going to some place that you want to go to, that you're going to experience and you want your audience to experience with you, and taking a 3-day type formula, modifying it so that you can teach, really connect. They are going to learn, they're going to do something, and then from there they're going to be able to actually walk away with something done, and
A
it's going to move
tangible,
tangible
a
so that
done for you, done with you, a result. Okay.
exactly. So for example, we had one of our clients just recently, she had she made netted 32K with only 12 people in the room, and she was teaching them, she was teaching them how to use AI and in their content, and how to get to really use AI. Like, she dove into, let's make some emails, let's do your look at your website, let's do a webinar sequence for you, let's
Mhm.
get let's have it do your bio. you know, and how to teach it to sound like you, your voice, your inflection, and all of that. Now, it AI can never, I don't believe, it can never really take on the full human experience of you, but it can help you to write and get started and give you ideas. And if you're like most of us who we're not big creative writers, we can write some, it really kind of helps to kind of kick those ideas and get that creative juice flowing.
Mm.
So she did really well because what she did is then she sold into a 6 month continuing to do with them. So the
Nice.
idea behind this is you don't, so let me ask you this, Amanda. If I wanted to do a VIP day with you and walk through your processes and come out on the other end with a one-on-one offer, what would you charge me for a VIP day?
25,000.
Okay, great. So now think about bringing 10 to 12 people together for 2.5, 3 days,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you're going to be focused with them. You're not going to do everything that you would do with me in a VIP day, but you could probably do about 60, 70% of it in a group
Mm-hmm.
as a group VIP day, right?
That's
Concept.
good. Yeah.
So you take that 3 day and you think about what you would charge for your one day. So you charge $2,500 for 10 people,
Mm-hmm. Right. So then you
right?
make it. You
So
take
then you
your VIP and you divide. Okay, perfect.
that's a good starting formula. Now, people that
Mhm.
do like charge $5,000 for their VIP day, well, maybe they would still do the 2,500 with 10 people in the room,
Right.
right? So, and then you walk them through some of those processes that you would do in your VIP day. It's again, you do a little content, they have some lunch, go out to dinner, take them out to dinner. Out to dinner is where you're going to do your offer. You're not going to do it in the room. You're going to do it around the table in a very relaxed, what's your
Oh,
next step? This is what we're going to do. Here's what I have for you guys. We'll talk about it more tomorrow on our last day, but you can see how we're working. You can see how you've worked through these processes. And it's such a soft sell that
hmm.
it's like, yeah, we've already like bonded 2 days with these wonderful people. We want to continue with them. And then the next day, on your last day, then you actually do a screen or two, a slide or two, and show them what it's really going to look like to move forward with you, and then you sell them. And our client that was doing the AI, she had 12 people with her. She charged 24.97 for them to come to the retreat, and they paid their own room in their own way. And then she had some little swag for them. She treated them to one lunch and one dinner. The rest of everything was on their own, and they had working assignments and things like that that they had to do during the breaks. And then on the last day, she had like a little snack party toward the mid morning. And right after she did the offer, they got to get us champagne and little snacks and things like that. And she had 8 of those 12 sign up for her 6,000 6 month little program.
That works. 8 out of 12. That's a great. And then it's just a continuation because they can get a lot done in 3 days, but they need more. There's
They
always
need
more.
definitely more. And we've had a couple other clients actually sell into their 25K program for the year in this same format. So the idea is that you want to come in, make it affordable, make it so that you've made 10 or 15,000 net in your weekend. So it's
Hmm.
like having that VIP day, so to speak. But then you've got all these other leads and contacts, and then you sell them into your higher program. I'm just going to really quickly screen share so the audience can see what this looks like.
And
So
then I wanted to ask you, how long does it take for them to fill their sweet retreat with the 10 people at the
So
2,500?
that's kind of the beauty of this because it's really like, hey, Amanda, I'm doing this thing and it's so for you because we're going to work at your event. We're going to do this. We're going to map it. You're going to walk away ready to go market your event and pick your place. And so
Hmm.
you're going to get everything you need. And then, of course, there's some support that I could sell the support package on the back end, right? And so the thing that's really cool about it is that it really Elisa put her weekend together in 6 weeks. She picked a
Okay.
place, built it, and did it in 6 weeks.
Is
Lori,
there
taking Lori and this other girl, Marie, about 8 weeks to market to theirs. So it
Okay.
really just depends. And then I've got another client who she's taking 4 months because she's going to Europe. So she's taking people to Europe with her.
Fun.
And I go to
That's
Italy.
the way to go. It's all a tax write-off as well.
Exactly. All of this is. So this is just a simple little formula here. So you have 10 people, you charge them 2,500. That's 25,000. You make 4 offers at 7,500. This could be a 6-month or a year, or even just a 90-day jump start, whatever. And then your basic costs are like around 6 for food and a few of the things that you're going to do. This one, we did 2 lunches, very simple salad kind of lunches, 1 dinner and some snacks. And her profit on this one was 49
That's great. And 3 days.
in 3 days.
Okay.
Yeah,
Totally
in that
doable.
retreat, yeah, in that retreat formula. And then I'll show you this one. So it's just $997 for 10 people to come in, and $5,000 offer, and 4 of them bought. And that's low conversion in this formula. And her basic costs were 4 because she only did 1 lunch, and she still had a 25K plus profit.
That's amazing.
So
I mean, think about this. You could do this, go on to Hawaii for a summer vacation, or you
yes,
could be going to Paris for summer vacation and just tack this on.
exactly.
And it's like
Exactly.
energy. This is like, you're getting me excited. I love this. It's so
Good.
fun. And
Let's
it's
do
like,
yours.
and it's easy to sell because it's $1,000 or 2,500. It's not
Right.
like you're selling your big 25K. So how do you recommend people sell their 1,000 or 25 through a webinar or through phone calls?
Through webinar, phone calls, networking, talking on stages, and just picking up the phone,
Yeah,
hey, this is,
old
I've
school.
created this especially with you in mind,
Right.
right? And and putting it out into your community. And you
Mhm.
don't have to have a huge, audience or a huge big community. These ladies have anywhere from 1,500 to 3,000 on their email list, maybe
Oh,
a
yeah.
couple thousand in social media. But it's really like targeting and saying, hey, here's what I'm doing, here's what I want to get done. And the cool thing about it is, like, Alicia, she's doing another one. She's doing 2 this year. So she's going to have added a little, probably between both of the 2 events that she's doing, she'll probably have added close to 70,000 extra on her income for the year, which gives her the extra money that she wanted to do some marketing and run a special course that she's running, and
Mhm.
and doing some training for herself that she wanted to do, as well as a vacation. Um,
Yeah.
the
Side note.
other thing is, if you look at things like the all-inclusive hotels, that even makes it fun because your clients are going to pay for their room, which includes their meal. So
Mhm.
then
You could do this on a cruise too.
yes, exactly. And I was just going to say, we have cruise. In fact, we have cruise packages that we can tap into with our travel. We have the all-inclusive resorts, and then just regular places. Alicia did hers at a Embassy Suites in La Jolla, California.
Okay,
And
simple.
she tapped into the fact that they have a really good they have one of the better Embassy Suite style breakfasts that they cook for you. Their food is very, very fresh there. And then they have their 5 o'clock cocktail hours. So you get, if
It's
you
free. Yeah. I think I've stayed in one of
non-alcoholic,
those.
you can get
Yeah.
mocktails or cocktails, right?
And
And
they have food
so
there too.
and their meeting space was only $400 a day.
That's
So
great.
it was very inexpensive for her. And then she had one catered lunch that they did, and then she took them out to dinner for another dinner, off-site for dinner. And
That's so
so
easy. So
yeah,
let me ask
it's
you a question
simple.
though, because you were saying at this stage, people want what's in it for them.
Right,
So what are some strategies you help your clients decipher? Maybe they're not an expert in AI.
right.
Something
So
that's hot right now. AI is really hot.
yeah, it depends on what you're teaching and training on. So I would talk with you about looking at what products you already have that we might tap into. What would a VIP day include if I was to do a VIP day with you? And what are the components of that we could draw and build into a program? And what would you teach and train on one-on-ones, or what would you teach and train on in a group? and what does that look like and how we can pull that together. And then we create a 3-day program that kind of mirrors maybe 2 or 3 different things that you're doing, but 2 or 3 different things that they need that leads them into the bigger package for you.
Okay, that makes sense. That is so cool. And how did you've been in the industry, we've been parallel traveling like
Yeah.
dolphins, just going our own, seeing each other. Well, hey, for a lot over 10, 12, 15
Yeah.
years. So, where do you see the industry is trending? Where do you see, I mean, we've seen so much over these years. So where do you see things going over the next year or 2 to 5 years?
So what I see in over the next couple of years is still virtual is very big, and it is a great place to play and do conversion events as well as workshops and webinars and things like that. The term masterclass has kind of been used a lot, but doing some sort of you know mini course or mini classes is really
Yeah.
good. Um, but I'm also seeing these smaller events and bigger profits, because the getting 10, 12, 20 people in a room is much easier than trying to get 100, 200 people in a room. And
Mhm.
again, it goes to whether you're a coach, author, speaker, or a small business, or how big your audience is. And the cool thing is, it's really what I'm seeing in the marketplace is that you can design whatever you want to do. For the first time ever, really, if you think about it, we don't have to do a 3-day enrollment program. We can do a retreat enrollment. We can just do a virtual enrollment. We can do one-on-one enrollments. You can do a combination. It's how you want to play as a host in
Mhm.
your field, and you want to show up, and how you want to reach your audience and have them engage and connect with you. And I have a couple clients that they just do workshops, and then they do 2 retreats. They charge a little more. They charge 10 grand for them, but
Mm.
they're going to Europe, Costa Rica, Mexico, Canada twice a year, because that's how they want to play. So it's like, come go with me, and we're going to train on this particular subject matter while we're there, but we're going to see this, do this, tour this, eat this.
Yeah. And that's people want experience. They want transformation. They don't need information.
Right.
They want
And
community and friends.
right. And sometimes the retreat, um, which there's quite a few people who are just teaching retreats, which are very cool. Sometimes you need those too. You just need to be able to bring a community of people together and go do something, a hike,
Mhm.
a tour, an experience, go to the rainforest, go to, yeah, wherever, a
What do
dolphin
you think?
trip or something like that.
So I
But
want
for
people to, yeah, I
but for
want, what about
people
skiing?
but for people that are looking for educational pieces,
Mhm.
that really you want to use a small event, you can do it retreat style or have retreat components to it. That's what
Mhm.
I'm talking about, that I think is really going to help people to reach the goals that they want to reach. But you can do skiing, you can do water skiing, you can do boating, you can do, cruising. Cruising is really fun because everybody's ticket includes the meals. It also gives you the meeting space,
Mhm.
and you can do excursions, or people can stay on the ship. It just gives you that extra. Plus, they can bring their family. So
Right. When you price a cruise, how do you price it? Because cruises are like 2,500, 4,000 bucks. So they're not very expensive.
they aren't. And actually, you can do some that are even like $1,500 a person.
Wow. And then you tack on your fee.
And then there's a small fee per person fee that gets tacked on to that. Yes. And
Oh, that's
also
good.
depending too, because I have a consult package that I do where we consult with you, and we tell you what to do. Like, here's your next step, go do this, and you can come back and have conversations with us and everything. Or you can hire us to do it with you, or you can hire us to do it for you. So
That's amazing.
yeah,
So
so
you've been in an a management company for over 10 years.
we just celebrated 20 in 2023. So this is our 21st year. Yay. Of Blue
Oh,
Diamond.
how did you
Yeah.
get into that?
Oh my gosh, it started when I was in high school and I was working for a catering company in Pasadena. I live here in Southern California. And we were doing a lot of events and things like that. And we did a golf tournament for a law firm downtown LA. And when I graduated high school, I got hired by the law firm to work in their marketing and events department. So I immediately went into that workforce and worked there for about 10, 12 years. And then I met Adam Urbanski, the marketing mentor. A
Yeah.
lot of people know Adam. I met him at an event and he hired me on the spot to do his overnight authority program that he was doing at the time. And so I did that program. And within a couple months of working with Adam, I quit the firm and started my own company.
That is incredible. I love
So
your passion. So you have the organization mind, operations, and you do this. So how can we continue to work with you if we wanted to?
oh, easy peasy.
Easy.
You
That's good.
can just book a call. There's the link in the chat.
Okay,
And you
great.
can
We'll put
just,
it in. Okay, we'll put that in the description.
yep, they can just book a call with me and I'll walk you through your goals, what we'll talk about events and why they're important to you and which kind and what it would look like. I call it our event-driven business mapping. So we're going to see how events are going to work in your business for the rest of the year and into next year. And that's will there be webinars? Will there be workshops? Will there be master classes? Will you just dive into retreats? Will you dive into having a 3-day as well? And we'll get that mapped out for you. And then from there, we'll see how we can support you.
That is amazing. Thank you, Linda. All right,
Thank
everybody, be
you.
sure to, we'll put this, and is your website Blue Diamond Events?
It's Events by Blue Diamond.
Okay, Events by Blue Diamond. We will put the link to book a call. This is amazing because a lot of people are not really, there's a lot of pieces and you want to show up in your genius. You don't really want to be managing and calling
No,
on bookings and organizing food and swag bags and snack bars. So that is just great that you do that. Not
we do
everybody is
all of
good.
that. And I think the thing that I love about us that we do maybe a little different is I really like to get inside your head and show you the event and the 6 figures from events that's hiding inside you.
Yeah, it's there. That's
It's
amazing.
there.
Well, thank you, Linda,
Thank
for sharing
you.
your expertise. And go ahead and grab her link, eventsbybluediamond.com. And I will see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching. This is Amanda
Thanks
Moxley.
again.
Bye.